Hi gamers, it's the Game Fairy and welcome to another episode of Deltarune. And on the last episode, Susie hit the king with a red buster, and that red buster gave me quite a few technical difficulties, so no gameplay today. But I did do some screenshots, a couple funny ones thrown in, so I hope you enjoy this episode. You can get the audio-only version on Spotify, the Game Fairy podcast. So let's get into it. Oh my goodness, so gamers, my game froze. I had to set it back up, and I come back to see Ralsei is at negative 26 out of 70 HP. I don't know what the king did to strike Ralsei down like that. I don't have the footage to show it either. I can't describe what just happened, but I think we bit off more than we can chew. So, wow. Chris, go ahead. We're going to try to regroup here. So go ahead and use courage. Susie, use an item. I think we are going to try to use the revivement on Ralsei. Okay, you encouraged the party. The party's defense raised for this turn. And Susie used revivement. Ralsei is back up to max health. Welcome back, Ralsei. I don't know what happened there, but I hope you're okay. Holy fountains, whose shadows are creating a new world. The king chants, our world. And it's time to dodge again. Strings of spades are flying through the air. Darkness pours from the fountain. Okay, so I think we have to blast him with energy like Susie did, but I don't know if that's destroying him. We only have so many actions here, so I think we are going to give Susie the Lancer cookie for now. So go ahead, Susie. Hope you enjoy that. Susie, go ahead on the defense so we can get our TP up. And the same with you, Ralsei. Let's go ahead and defend. So our TP is at 44%. Chris used Lancer Cookie on Susie. Ha ha ha. Do you see now our new purpose? It's time to dodge again. Oh my goodness, this is such a tough one. Our barrier has become spikes and we were bouncing off of it. Susie's at 32 out of 110. I know. I'm really trying to help our characters. Darkness pours from the fountain. Okay, so let's see if Susie can do 60 TP for a red buster. So let's go ahead and use a chalk diamond on Susie. And then Susie defend. Ralsei defend. I'm just trying to get our TP up. Chris used the Choco Diamond. And Susie's at 62 of 110 now. We have 81% TP. Soon this world shall be blanketed in darkness, and darkness shall rule it. We dodge again. Spades swimming through the screen like fish. I did take one hit. Chris is at 38 out of 90. Okay, but we can now instruct Susie to use red buster. Let's try this again. And Ralsei, go ahead and defend to keep our TP high. Your soul shined its power on Susie. Susie used red buster. 278 taken from the king. A big red blast. Then you may see what it is like to live in despair. I'm sorry you're hurting. Please don't drag us through. Oh gosh, we're getting dragged through these spades, taking so much damage. Chris is at 10 out of 90. Susie 22 out of 110. And Ralsei at 42 of 70. This seems like a great time to use our cake. Oh, if only we just had a little more TP and we would be able to do another red buster. We have 54%. Whew, so let's go ahead and use our cake and tell everyone else to block. Oh, we also have club sandwich before we use the cake. Let's see, how much does that cake give? Top cake, 160 HP to the team. Let's go ahead. Everyone eat up, enjoy your cake. And Susie, go on defense. Ralsei, go on defense. All right, everyone is at max. We're back in the game. Chris used the top cake. Get ready to dodge. Now, enough talk, says the king. Fall before the chain of justice. Oh my goodness. Whoa, this is insane. The battlefield is rumbling. The king was dragging us along as we bumped spikes and spades, gamers. This is not family friendly, gamers. Are you here? Are you still here with me? I'm scared. Okay, now it's time to act. Our TP is maxed out. Come on, Susie with the red buster. Let's go, girly. And Ralsei, go ahead and defend yourself. Your soul shined its power on Susie. Come on, star player here. Susie used red buster, another 278 from the king. And Ralsei's defending. Ha! You're quite strong, aren't you? Ralsei is the target for this attack, so good thing. The spades are flying through in long lines. Oh my goodness, we did take a little damage. Ralsei's still in the game. Let's do another one. We have 66% TP. Enough for another red buster. Come on, Susie, you got this. And Ralsei, you're at 27. Go ahead and defend. Keep our TP going. Your soul shined again through Susie. Come on, Susie. Susie used red buster. 308 taken from the king. He's still not down. If I keep fighting like this, then they're targeting Chris. Oh my goodness. We're getting pulled through spikes. Chris is taking so much damage. I'm sorry, Chris. King's mouths gave a berserk smile. Chris is at 28 out of 90. This might be poor gameplay, gamers, but I don't know if any of y'all were taking this much of a beating here, but this is insane. Now, let's try. Oh, we only have 28 TP. We got to save it up. Please don't tell me this is the king's health bar. I do show the king has a little over half health still. I feel defeated. Okay, let's try to use a club sandwich. Team heals 30 HP. Everyone eat up. We really need it. While Susie, you go ahead on defense. Let's get our TP high. And Ralsei, you defend as well, please. Chris used the club sandwich. We're at 58 out of 90 for Chris. Susie is full. And Ralsei is at 57 out of 70. Come on, we got this. It seems that... Whoa, and the king is dragging us through spades once more. We're taking damage. Oh no, the king's mouth are still smiling at us. Okay, let's try another red buster. You got this. You got this. Go, Susie. And Ralsei, defend. Okay, Susie, you got this. She's holding out her axe and throws another red buster. 368. It appears that it's getting stronger. My knight, I shall not fail you. And it's time to defend again. More spades swimming through. I took a little damage from that. Enough is enough. And the king looks sad. I see that I cannot defeat you. I don't know if I trust him, y'all. I have grown exhausted from our long battle. The king falls on its knees, and its cape flies away like a black butterfly. Lightners, perhaps I have been too cruel. The truth is,
I was not always this way. There once was a time where darkners and lightners lived in harmony. A time where darkners could fulfill their purpose in peace. It would be a lie to say that I, too, the king says with a hint of smile, do not yearn for those days. Their frown returns. They tremble. Perhaps you young ones are right. Please, let us put away our weapons. There must be a peaceful solution to all this. Rousey stands straight. Chris stands straight. But Susie still has her axe on her shoulder. Come on, Susie, Rousey says quietly. And Susie puts away her axe and stands tall. I'm glad you're starting to realize, Mr. King, Rousey starts. None of us really want to fight. If you could just tell us about your worries, I'm sure we could all be friends, Mr. King. Yes, friends, the king says. That sounds lovely. The king trembles again. He coughs. My apologies. I am not used to fighting like that. My body is getting weak. They're sunken. Oh, don't say another word. Rousey takes a couple steps forward. With a snap of his fingers, he heals the king. There, you should be all healed up. I'm still a little worried about this, gamers, but I hope for the best. Now, how do you feel? Let's see. A swift line of spades flew through the air, crashing all three heroes to the ground. Never better, the king grins. Chris and Susie managed to get up to one knee. You! Three spades appear, aimed at Susie. Did I say you could get up? The spades fly, but Chris steps in front with their big shield. Chris! And more spades rain down, crushing the two heroes once more. Oh, spare me the heroics. Susie is face down, but Chris is on one knee. Another three spades fly, knocking Chris back. Chris is now on their face as well. You're the leader, aren't you? The king says. So, what's your plan? To laugh as you cast us all back into obscurity? You can't even say? Chris doesn't answer. The king falls to his knees. Let me tell you a secret. He picks up Chris. Quiet people piss me off. Three spades hovering above Chris's head in the hands of the king. The king suddenly drops Chris, an attack from behind. Hey, get away from my friend,
Susie smiles. The king turns around.
Or what? You'll end me?
Nah. The king takes steps forward.
So what's your plan then? To talk me to the end?
He takes a couple more steps towards Susie, sliding his feet.
You stupid Lightner. You honestly think you have any way to convince me not to end you?
A trio of spades float above Chris's and Susie's head. Nah, Susie says. But they might. Susie's eyes to the side. We see a rumble in a crowd of rodents, hathies, and suit-wearing clown-like diamonds appears, holding up the king, Lancer surfing on top.
Lancer? Everyone? What is the meaning of this?
Sorry, Dad. You're being overthrown, Lancer says. When I told everyone you were fighting the Lightners, everyone remembered how kind they were. They decided they'd rather have a king that accepts them, Lancer says. Me! With his crooked smile. Now I'm the dad.
You idiots! The Lightners are your enemies, the king screams. Fools! I'll end you! I'll end all of you!
Yikes! I think someone needs a timeout. Go to your room, Dad.
No!
The king screams as the crowd rushes him off screen. Susie takes a step towards Chris, her eyes still narrow. You all right, Chris? Rousey comes to and walks towards the gang. Chris, Susie. Oh, you're all right. Yeah, it'll take more than that to take us down, Susie smiles. Chris, Susie, I'm sorry, Rousey says apologetically. Because I healed the king, we almost, Rousey's eyes are down. Susie, you were right. I was foolish to think we could act so soft to everyone. This isn't a world where kindness always wins, is it? It's complicated, Susie says. Yeah, sometimes there's people you just gotta fight. But if you never let your guard down, then you might just hurt someone you care about. Oh, Susie, Rousey blushes. You're beginning to sound like a real hero. Don't get used to it. Then I suppose you and Chris should return home now. Yeah, I guess that's right, huh? Susie and Chris take steps into the center of the platform with the giant spade. Well, see ya, Susie says. And they continue off to the right, leaving Rousey behind. So we are now in a narrow pathway that's leading upwards, and Susie stops us. Hey, Chris. Wait a second. Look, I know you want to give a real goodbye to everyone, right? I mean, I'm all for leaving right away, but, we could go back a sec if you wanted, Susie says with a slight smile. Yes. Well, then, what are we waiting for? Let's head back, Susie's eyebrows raised. And we are now turning around, walking back down the path, and going back. We see Ralsei standing. Chris? Susie? You came back? Well, Chris just wanted to say bye, Oh, actually, everyone here wanted to say goodbye too. Please let me know when you leave, all right? Ralsei blushes. Yeah, we'll try to not skip you. Okay, and we continue on. We do see the puzzle bear here with their hat. Way to go, kids. Now we can go back to making the puzzles we love. And thanks to your donation, I could buy a new hat and some shaving cream. Got nothing left to teach you now. Life's got no tutorial, so try your best. Well, thank you, Puzzle Bear. And let me speak to Ralsei again. Chris, Susie, are you leaving? Nah, we have to talk to Lancer first. Oh, all right, so let's go and say goodbye to everyone. Oh, there's the Jax and the little ball we saw. Thank you. I can go back to being a coat hanger now. By the way, I asked Sham to come here, but there wasn't any interest. Well, okay. All right, so let's see what this little ball has to say. Hello, little ball. Can I speak to you? Even a little ball can say something like, thank you. The ball thinks. And now we have the refrigerator-shaped beaver and the eye-shaped refrigerator. Great work. The beaver one says, okay, let's talk to the other. You're absolutely amazing. Okay, there's a set of twins here. Let's talk to them. Best, you're the best. And the O-shaped one again. Honestly, we owe you. So I don't know if they're like a little family. I don't remember there being two sets of these characters, but okay. Good to meet y'all. So now let's talk to Mr. Nostrils. Darn, horsey, you've done us a big help. Now all of us pieces can live in pieces. Boy, my nostrils can't thank you enough. Okay, I think this is Mr. Elegance here. You did it. You ousted that rotten tyrant. I'll happily accept a bounty of credit for my contributions. Okay, then. Unless the king reappears, in which case I did nothing, they say. Their diamond head and body posing, looking very elegant. And it's Rook's card.
Wonderful work, mine amigos.
Thou hast topplest the tyrant, freedest our creedest. Trulieth history shall not forget the tale of Rook's card
And the 3 heroes.
What about the part where you tried to end us? Susie asked.
Ah, an interesting historical theory. is it not?
A wink from Rook's card.
Nonetheless, the evidence precludeth such a thing.
What evidence? Susie asked.
I shall giveth thou a plate of worms for thou silence.
Deal, Susie says. Interesting. Let's continue on to the left. We have more characters to say hello to. It's a Rudin. Hello, Rudin.
I knew you could do it. Though I was your enemy, I was cheering for you. That's how much I disliked my job.
As they stare at their diamond cutter. Okay, and next up is Clover. Hello, Clover, and your greatness. I hope you had a good birthday.
The future looks sweet.
Like a pile of bees' puke.
Which is honey, I think.
A kingdom with so much hope.
Hope you didn't screw it up.
That means thank you.
Come to our next B-Day, too. We'll have one soon.
If that's possible. Okay, it was nice speaking to you, Clover. Next up is Hathy. Hathy looked at you proudly. Why, thank you, Hathy. Kiss. Limit 1. All right. I won't get greedy. We got another Rude in here.
What's going on? I slept through everything.
Okay. And let's talk to Clover one more time. See if they had anything else to say. Oh, it doesn't appear so. So now we are going to go downwards down the hallway once we're finished. Okay. Let's go downwards. Whoa, so we do see Lancer on the throne. We see Mama Meba, Mama Sheba on a pile of riches, the chef. We also see another Rudin on the other pile of riches. And then we have 2 of the lion carts hanging in this room as well. So let's start with this cart of characters on the left. What ho? What about us? Aren't we going to be restored as kings? It's the bee-like character stretching the bars. Ah, my treasure is unharmed. Carry on then. Okay, well, have a good stay in your cell. Now let's talk to the lion cart on the right, filled with the animals. Us animals decided it's okay if the kings stay in the cages as well. All right. But they'll have to put on animal ears and noses. That sounds cute. That's fun. All right, little animals. Little animal crackers. And next, let's talk to the chef. Mama Meba, what a celebration. This calls for a cake. And this time, I'll make it out of metal so animals can't eat it. Whoop. I don't know if that's going to be edible for anyone. So, and they do their spin and pose. Oh no, I'm stuck in a loop. No. Okay, so I got stuck in a loop talking to Mr. Mama Meba. But now let's talk to this Rudin.
I'll be honest. At first, we weren't sure who make our new king. I mean, Lancer has always been a bit of a pain. But after seeing how nice he treats you guys, I think he'll be fine.
I do too, Rudin. Now let's talk to the new king, Lancer.
Susie, blue person whose name I neglected to learn all along. I thought you were going homeways.
We were, but Chris wanted to say bye, you know.
Oh, really? Ho, that's funny. I thought you wanted to say bye because we're friends.
Huh? I mean, I didn't not want to.
So you're the king now, huh? Yes, and I'm changing some big rules. First, lighteners are now legal. Second, prison is now only for dads. Sounds like some pretty good changes. Hey, your dad was, protecting the fountain, right? Is it gonna be okay if we mess with it? I have no idea. But it's you guys, so I trust you. If something bad happens, we'll fix it out. Yeah, guess we'll just see, I guess. Well, see you later. Come back soon. There's always room in town for a couple of clowns. You should tell your prince I say goodbye as well. Is he leaving? No, he's just a sweet little peach. All right, so it looks like that was our farewell to Lancer. We can go down and we do see K Round. Well, actually, this is baby K Round. They don't have their crown. They're just a little dinner plate, little checker piece bouncing. Because you rescued it, it grew to respect you. Well, actually, maybe it shrunk to respect you. Ba-dum tisk. All right, so we are going to head back out. Excuse me, Lancer. Good to see you doing well. And passing the Rudin, the Hathy, Clover, and the second Rudin. I guess the third Rudin that we spoke to. Passing Rook's card. Mr. Elegance. Mr. Nostrils. The B and O creatures. The Jackson Ball. The Puzzle Bear. And Ralsei. Chris, Susie, are you leaving? Hell if I know. I'm just following Chris. Guess we'll just walk to the right if we are. So, we're going to walk to the right. Ooh, can we talk to Ralsei one more time? Oh, okay. Well, Susie's still just following Chris. So we're going to... Oh, Ralsei does stop us. Susie, Chris, are you going to leave? Ralsei asks with sad eyes. Oh, our friend. Ralsei takes a couple steps forward and is shuffling with their hat. Or maybe they're crying. I just wanted to say I really enjoyed meeting you two, and hey, can you stop mumbling into your hat for a sec? Ralsei's hat covers his face. Can barely hear you, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. And Ralsei removes his green hat. We see Ralsei's long ears, 2 little horns, and little fluff on top of their head, their glasses and blushing cheeks. Chris, Susie, Susie looks petrified and is covering Chris's face. I hope I could see you again soon. Next time, I'll make you lots of yummy cakes, all right? Susie is speechless. Yeah, sure, dude. Let's go, Chris. And Chris and Susie face away. And Ralsei is left with their hat in their hand. Okay, and we are now going upwards to an open door,
and we see the geyser of darkness and energy.
Is this
The fountain? Don't know how, but it looks like Susie turns to Chris. Both of them are shadows in the darkness. It feels like we stumbled into something really important, didn't we? Susie looks again at the fountain. Well, there's no time to think about that now. Right now, it's time to go home. Right, Chris? Chris takes steps forward towards the fountain. As you stood in front of the fountain, and the fountain is moving in almost a water-like motion. Its essence is a reddish-orange color. You felt something strange. It was as if your very soul was glowing. And we see Chris's heart appear and go upwards towards the fountain. It glows and the screen turns white.